Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, July 10th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the MLB Home Run Derby, sponsored by T-Mobile. Live reactions going to get started here in roughly about 9 or 10 minutes. I was kind of wondering how I was going to actually end up watching this since I've kind of made some changes with the television and the cable. But luckily, my buddy, who's actually at the All-Star Game festivities and there with his dad for the Home Run Derby, obviously isn't going to be at home. So it definitely gives me an opportunity to be able to grind out and do this particular stream. So I'm ready to go. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And we're going to be getting into this Home Run Derby here in a few minutes. Let's go, baby. Kind of sucks that Julio and Pete Alonso got to go against each other in the first round. It would have been nice if the left-hand side of the bracket was a little bit better than the right side. The right side feels like it's a little bit more heavy, I would say, if we take a look, at the bracket there. So you got Alonso and Rodriguez in the first round. You got Betts and Vlad Jr. there on the right. Luis Robert Jr. and Adley Rushman, Adolis Garcia, and Randy Arozarena. So it just seems like kind of that right side of the bracket is a little bit stronger, but I guess we'll kind of just wait and see how everything plays out. So how are you? What's good? Let's get to 100 and donos. And we're going to be starting it off here around 5. And I don't know really. Here, let me turn up the volume here. I got it up here. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I mean, I know it would be huge if we could end up getting a three-peat by Alonso, or if Julio wins it all. Those definitely have to be the favorites, coming out. But there are some other quality people that are in this as well. It's kind of funny with the graphic. It has everybody on that right-hand side. So again, Pete Alonso and Julio. I would have liked to see Alonso on the left side and Rodriguez on the right side. So that way we would have a chance to maybe have an Alonso Rodriguez final. So I don't really know who put this together. But when I look at Luis Robert Jr., Adley Rushman, Adolis Garcia, and Randy Arozarena, nothing really screams home run derby monster on that left side. But when I look on the right side, I see monsters all over. I see Alonso, I see Rodriguez, I see Vlad Jr. 3 out of the 4 are probably considered home run monsters. And even Mookie Betts might be able to get more than some of the guys on the left-hand side. So not really sure who put the bracket together, but awesome graphic there. And we'll see what happens in this home run derby. Megan with a 50. Appreciate you. Said been busy. No, cracking news. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. And I figured, you've been, if you're not usually hanging around here, I know you have a lot of others that you typically kind of either bounce around from, or it'll be like the Kraken one, or obviously with the 12s doing your thing. But thank you so much to get us started off on a good note. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $50 holla. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And it's crazy, too, because I was kind of getting worried at one point or another if I was actually going to even be able to watch this, because on a lot of the streaming sites, they don't necessarily have this event. So I was like, shit, what am I going to do? Because, I ended up having to kind of scale back with the TV and the cable services since I'm on that transition, right? But my buddy, I got a couple buddies that are up there in Seattle right now, and my buddy Justin, part of the Duffel Bag Boys. Me and him are the ones that usually go up to Seattle and watch games, like we did this year versus the Cardinals. He's there with his dad, and if his dad ended up, getting ill or just couldn't go, I would have went. but he's spending time with his dad up there. And then they gave me their, their Comcast login. So that way I was able to go to the ESPN.com, obviously put in the proper information. So that way I'm actually able to watch this. Otherwise, watching it on an ESPN just graphic or MLB graphic by seeing like a baseball, in a little strike zone light up. That wouldn't have been, I would have been like, shit, what am I going to do? So I either was going to do the stream and figure out, hopefully I could watch it, or we were going to have to, just say no stream today. And I'll come back tomorrow for the All-Star game. But thank you so much for your generosity, and let me know what you want to see for photos, the regular, something different. Let me know. I appreciate you very, very much, as you know. Let me turn that down here a little bit. Fried foods and soda. Well, I hope you feel better. Yes, much appreciated. Thank you so much. Awesome. Please do. Sure. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like that. All right, hold on. Let me send it to Sarah. I like the color on it. It pops. All right. So now we're in the building. What's good? I appreciate. Let's see here. All right, so let me go here. Bouncing out of the home run derby. We got some participants. Here is the bracket. If you are not informed, while I wait for this to come up. And I appreciate you. Look at you. I like the shirt, and obviously, wearing a long sleeve underneath, perfect. Obviously, sometimes you got to add that little subtle extra to it. It's like you can just wear the t-shirt alone, but then you add that long sleeve with it, and it definitely makes it pop even more. That is something that I would even buy for myself. I like it. I like it. I like it very, very much. You know how much I love Star Wars too. So yeah, very cool. They're going over some of the interviews with some of the players, and this one kind of hurts a little bit that I'm not there. But I mean, I still get to grind it out, and at least I'm able to watch it. And I try to go to 2 to 4 games a year. This was going to be expensive, I know, and I didn't have the funds for it anyways. But I know that my buddies are going to be able to bring me back, something. They're going to bring me back a shirt or something of that nature. So I'm good, man. Get home, bro. Get home for this home run derby. Yeah, Justin for the win. And plus, I mean, him and his dad, if they're not using, the TV, or even if they were, they would still give it to me. But it was really crappy though, because I felt like an idiot. Because like when you go in to do it off ESPN, if you back out or go to left or right, like if you try to, how sometimes on your phone you'll have like an app, and then you try to put it to the side to like look up information, like okay, this is the username. Oh, I got to remember what the password was in the text, and then you go back, it logs you out. So every time I was trying to remember each thing, then it was like timed log. I was like, oh my god. I was like, Justin and his dad are gonna hate me. And I was like, can you send the code? It's like you got to put in your username, your password, and then they give you a stupid code, and then it's like it gets sent to his dad's phone. So I'm like, I don't want to be that guy to be like, can I get the code? Can I get the code? And I was like, oh god. I was like, one more time, and then I got it to work, and so they're in their seats right now. And I just talked to them. They're there and ready to go. And I'm obviously using the link, which is very, very nice of them. And this would have been brutal for me not being able to watch in person. Like if you go to MLB.com or ESPN and just seeing a graphic of a baseball landing in a strike zone, sometimes that they do for like MLB.com and ESPN, because so that way that like when I give you an extra screen to look at. That's cool if you're doing a game, but I mean, if you want to be able to watch the home run derby and get that excitement, it's not the same if you can't watch it. So, and I'm pretty sure. Let me take a quick peek. I'm pretty sure some of the streaming sites are not doing it, or maybe they are. Let's look. All right, so I'm on the streaming sites and it's a no go, nothing there. So that kind of sucks because if you're normally watching baseball streams on that streaming things, it's normally on there and it's not. So it's like if you don't have a cable provider or satellite, you're kind of screwed, unfortunately. But and we got the All Star game tomorrow, which I will do as well. So Derpy in the building, let's go. I don't know where it's going to go. Lauren in the building. How are you? Let's go. Let's go, Julio. All right, but let's take a look at this real quick. So, we got the we got the obviously the thumb here with Julio and Alonso, and then you're seeing everyone pretty much on that right side of the bracket, right? And as you look at the bracket, so you got Alonso and Julio. Why are they playing in the first round, and why are they on the same side? Why couldn't have we swapped Robert Jr. Or Rushman for Julio on that other side? Like, if you look on that left-hand side, no one screams winner to me. If you look on the right-hand side, based off home run power, Alonso, Rodriguez, Vlad Jr., and maybe even Betts. So it seems like you have way more strength on the right side of the bracket than the left, you know? But you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what to think about the bracket overall. I mean, maybe you guys think differently, but that right side of the bracket is stacked. It's like you got three guys, and then even Mookie as a small guy. He's probably the smallest home run hitter with power besides Altuve, and I would take Mookie over Altuve. You know what I'm saying? Like, but who put this bracket together? We couldn't have split up and put Rodriguez on the left and maybe put Vlad on the left, or even just keeping everyone on the right the same, but swap Julio for one guy on the left. So that way we have a chance for a Julio Alonso final. I mean, who wants? I mean, you're going to only give us the two best at the beginning? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Like, I think that everyone would want to see an Alonso Julio final because we saw what Julio did last year, right? Unless you're like a really big Mookie Betts fan or a Vlad Jr. fan, which is fine, but I think a majority of baseball fans, if you could choose a final right now, I would say probably 90% would be going Alonso and Julio just to see who will win. Will Pete Alonso get the three-peat, right? Or can Julio win it for Seattle and, give us a little bit more momentum? You know what I'm saying? So, but it could be one of these kind of lower name participants as well. When it's the home run derby, just because you're a name doesn't mean you're going to connect. So it could be something like Vlad Jr. is a big name. He might not even beat Mookie. Mookie might end up beating him. So we'll see where it goes and how they decide to do this. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. All right, let's get some photos here for Megan. Adley from the Northwest. Oh, Vlad Jr. And I appreciate you very, very much for the support. What's good? What's good? Ryan in the building. What's good? How are you? Or ALALNLNO, yeah, right? That too. That could have been an option. There's Pete, the two-time champ, and he's definitely good enough to three-peat. I mean, he gets locked and loaded. He's definitely got to be the favorite. And we've got Julio last. Dusk in the building. What's good? Julio. Rodriguez. Woo, 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 woo. Yes. Well, I hope things end up, getting better for you. I just got to be optimistic with everything. When anything bad happens, it always could be a little bit worse. Daniel in the building, what's good? Home run derby with your boy. Is the winner one of these four? Possibly, possibly. And if you're just hopping in and you need to know what's going on, there is the bracket. Pete Alonso, Julio Rodriguez on the right, Mookie Betts, Vlad Jr. there in the bottom right, Luis Robert Jr. and Adley Rushman on the top left, Adalis Garcia and Randy Arozarena in the left-hand side. So I don't know. For me, the right-hand side is stacked. The left-hand side, I don't think the left-hand side really. I mean, I'm trying to think of who would be the best one. Randy? I mean, Jesus. I mean, I'm not really sure if the other guys can really do it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's impossible, but just looking at that graphic, I don't think Mookie's good enough to win it all, but maybe beating Vlad Jr. possibly, but I would be shocked if we don't have a winner on that right hand side. So, but we'll find out. We will find out, baby. Dingers, 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 more dingers. Let me get a couple more photos here for Megan right before we get this derby started. I'll get you some Pete Carroll too, for good measure. Thank you so much for your donation and supporting my dream. And it's definitely nice when we can get people that will step up and support. Appreciate you. Football season right around the corner. All-Star game tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. And this is my favorite all-star event out of any of the four major sports. I have literally not missed one my whole life. So definitely exciting and never boring. And it always lives up to the potential of what it could be. Appreciate you. Yes. And I don't know how long you're going to be here for, but once we get into like a commercial break, if I have some time to plug in and give you a few more, I definitely will. You know how much I appreciate you. And, some people will donate $1, to $5. Some will never donate to me. And then we get people that will donate 20, 50, 100. And, it means a lot. So appreciate you very, very much. Let me see if I can squeeze in a couple more here. We're about to go to takeoff. So I'm going to squeeze as many in as I can. Yeah. I appreciate you. And I'll even hit you with the USC one too. Thank you. Appreciate you. And we're right around the corner for football, college, and the NFL. Let's go. Yeah, that's the best thing, out of anybody. Like I tried talking to Holly today, and I told her, even, if things are hard, mental health and everything that's going on. I mean, the best part about this channel, I feel, is that if you are in a little bit of a rut, we definitely can make things better. So regardless if people can donate or not, just being here and interacting with the other mods and the other people, I think is a good thing. And if you haven't been here in like 4 months, you know, like I said, if you have other places that you can go that can uplift you, but if you're kind of in a rut and then you're not going anywhere to be uplifted, things can get worse and worse and worse. So I'm hoping that she'll check that message sometime today or tomorrow, and maybe we'll see her come in here. And even if it's just for a little bit of time, I could care less if she can donate or not. But if things are hard for her, which I know they have been, I would just love to be able to boost her up a little bit and get her mind in a better place. And sometimes by just hanging out with friends, for an hour, 30 minutes, a couple hours, even if you don't give a shit about baseball and you only like the Chiefs, I understand, but you can still hang out with friends and we can, make things better. So I'm hoping for some of the people that are a part of the channel that are going through it, that they can, come through and we can, make things a little bit better for everybody. I want to make sure people, feel good. I don't want people to struggle. But again, you have to be able to put yourself in a position to get better. You have to be able to get outside. You have to be able to spend time with a pet. You have to be able to listen to music. You have to eat better, exercise, keep yourself busy. You have to be able to do these things. And if you don't, then you're going to be in the hole. And, you have to be able to recognize what makes you tick and what puts you in the gutter. And if you keep, not, doing the things to get you out of the gutter, it's just going to compile and get worse and worse. So I really am hoping we get some of these people that haven't been here, in a few weeks or a few months to come back and just hang out. And I think it'll be a life-changing type of thing. So, especially when you do have some really close people on the channel. So, let's go, baby. We're about to start. Let's go. What's good, bro? Well, you think Randy wins because you're a Randy fan. Big dogs in the building. Alonzo. Yeah. I think most people would think that. Hadley, from Oregon State, that would be pretty crazy. I don't know. I mean, for us, I mean, I think the two best are Julio and Pete Alonso as far as home run power, and but we will see. That's why you can't peak too early. You got to make sure that you keep it steady. And obviously losing the Soto by one, that's Julio definitely could have gotten a little bit further. So I don't know enough about all of them, but I have been researching them since last night and today. So Julio, what's good, baby? Yeah, tell him, Julio. Let's go, baby. I mean, I think the home run derby win would mean the most to two people. Alonzo for the three-peat, so he can wear the chain, and obviously for Julio in Seattle. We haven't been very good this year. We've been barely over 500. So I do feel that we're a fringe wild card team. So if we can go on a nice little win streak, and win most of the games, right before the break, which we did, and then we end up having Julio beat Alonso, and if he can win it all, and I'm not sure if the American League is going to win the All Star game, but if we can get on a little bit of a heater after the break, there is a chance we can end up getting on a 5, 6, 7, 8 game win streak, maybe even 10. And that could be the difference between us catching the Astros, the Rangers, and then competing with the Astros and the Orioles and a few others like the Blue Jays for maybe one of those last spots in the wild card. So my buddy's been sending me photos of where he's there with his dad. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, lie and be like, oh, I know everything about them. I watched all their games. Said no one ever. It's like unless you're watching a bunch of high school ball, but they probably don't even have access to the highlight stuff unless you're actually, a part of that school or whatnot. So I have been reading up on as many of the guys as possible, but nobody really knows, for sure if they'll pan out. But the Mariners have been drafting pretty well the last couple of years, so it wouldn't shock me if you know 3/4 or 2/3 of them do pan out. I like what I see so far, and I'll be doing more research and trying to catch up more. And I know on like MLB.com and some other places where you can go, it'll give you a breakdown and show what he's done in high school or college if they went. A lot of the guys in the draft this year over from high school, it seems like so. Oh, he's fantastic, man. I mean, that he gets people interested in baseball like Griffey did, except a different type of player. It's like or Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge. Like when you watch a guy like that, where the hype was pretty high, in like AAA and whatnot, and you're like, this guy's been pretty good. And then you see someone get the first, steal second, steal third, steal home. That's unusual, right? And he can hit, and he's got energy. So if anything, it's great for baseball because it brings more eyes to baseball to see someone like that, kind of hit the scene, with a full cylinder, full tank of gas, 0 to 100. And I love it for baseball. And look what he's done for the Reds. The Reds were towards the bottom of the division, and now they're towards the top. So pretty wild. But he's very exciting to watch for sure. I don't know if we've ever seen anybody like him come out of the gates. I mean, we've seen guys hit, but as far as like stealing bags like that, it's like Ricky Henderson energy. You know what I mean? It's like I haven't seen Ricky Henderson energy from a guy stealing bags in a long time. And there was only so many guys that were really good at stealing bags and stealing bases back in the day. Um, but definitely a taller, more athletically gifted, different type of player. But as far as like a bigger bodied player to run that fast and to have that basketball, no, 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 baseball IQ, pretty awesome. Oh, he wasn't good enough to make the All Star game, but the hustle, you know what I mean? Like you're starting to see something special, but I wouldn't be surprised if the fans vote him in like next year, based off, if he can keep his stats up and he can help the Reds, maybe finish in first, second, or third in the division, yeah. I mean, obviously, if he keeps playing like that, you add 20, 30 homers with that, maybe, we'll see what happens at the end of the year, what his stats are like. So, all right, here we go. We got Randy Razarena there. Yeah. I mean, it's all about effort, right? That's what we appreciate is effort. And then when you see effort on a higher level where you see someone steal home, who the fuck does that? You know, nobody does that. But let alone steal second, steal third, and home. It's like kind of like a cocky baseball player, but not like a confident baseball player. Now, if he would have got thrown out, then we'd be all like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" Right? But he's timing it perfectly, and it's just a really cool thing to see, to bring that swagger and that energy to baseball. I'm going to be honest. I've been watching since like 1985. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone steal second, third, and home consecutively. Um, and if it has happened, I don't remember the last time it happened. So it's definitely putting him on the map and putting the Reds on the map for sure. And I don't think anyone dislikes him, unless you're playing against him. Yeah, Randy ain't winning this. He had your Tampa fan in here earlier. I don't know if he's a Bucks, Rays, Bolts, but it's like I get it if you're a Tampa Bay Rays fan, but he's not home run quality type of hitter. Nobody on the left really is, you know. So the right hand side has got the power hitters. The left hand side, it just seems like they just kind of manufactured other contestants. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that Randy's terrible, but I would assume that you're probably going to get a dud on the right hand side too. And I don't know who it'll be. Maybe Mookie or Vlad. One of them might dud, but I think there's more potential duds on the left hand side than the right. So. All right, come on, Randy. And it also depends if you've been in this contest before. If you haven't been in it before, it can be very overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of pressure. Everyone's watching you. Everyone is watching at home and across the globe, and you got to have someone that's a good pitcher. So, like, I know Adley's having his dad, and my buddy Justin, who's there with his dad, had him as a teacher. So Adley's dad is a teacher or was a teacher, and he's actually throwing to Adley Rushman here tonight. So, which is kind of cool. But you got to have that good chemistry with whoever's throwing to you, either one of your family members or teammates, and that's a big part of it too, is rhythm from the person who's throwing to you. I mean, he's not doing terrible, terrible. I mean, if he was closer to 10 right now, we would be in some real serious trouble. But at least he's getting closer to 20. But the big boys, should be doing 25 to 40. So, that just to kind of put it in perspective. Come on, Randy. Come on. One more. One more. Ah, so 19 didn't even get the 20 mark. God, I love this event. I know some people, don't like, the All Star festivities of other sports, but this one is the best, hands down. Home Run Derby, All Star Game, something to play for. You never see poor effort like in the NBA All Star Game where they don't play defense. I think the NHL All Star Game is second best because they try. Same thing with the MLB, but there's never a Home Run Derby or an All Star Game where you have to question effort ever. And I love that. The Pro Bowl's a joke. Just take it away. NBA All Star festivities are a joke. They changed everything. All the formats. East West, Team Giannis, Team LeBron. It's a fucking joke. Go back to what was working. And then the NHL All Star Game, I like that. And then this one to me and this festivities is by far the best. So Randy a little upset probably that. I mean, but it could have been worse. He could have ended up being somewhere between like 8 and 12. And every once in a while, you'll see someone dud with like a very bad score, like maybe under a 15. Hard, man, like to be able to get into that rhythm. And again, it's hard to hit homers here. Well, we'll see what he does here in this last 30 seconds. And yeah, but it doesn't really feel like but we have to see what everyone else is going to do. It doesn't look good now. but we'll see who goes up after him, and we'll be able to compare. All right, the 30 seconds now. The bonus is starting. Randy's at 19. Come on, Randy. 50 doll hairs. Let's get to a hundo. Come on, Randy. Last one. Is it going? Randy? No, popped up. 24. My favorite number. Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, 24 actually isn't horrible. But again, it all depends on what everyone else does. It might not look so bad, but until we start seeing someone put up 40, 45, and you're like, oh shit. And then if they get the 30 seconds and then the additional 30 seconds if they hit it over 440. So, I mean, but I would say probably 30 something, 35, somewhere in there, 32 to 38. You're going to get someone that's going to put something crazy, especially if they get the extra bonus. If they keep getting the bonus and the bonus, I mean, hell, we might end up getting a 40 in a round. So, and then we got Adolis Garcia here. Yeah, he's got the arms for it. But can you get into a rhythm though? It all depends on who's your pitcher, right? The rhythm and getting into a good mental space where you're not pressing. And a lot of these guys haven't done it, so that's another thing too. Another advantage for Alonso and for Julio. Even if it was just from the year before, even if you've only done it one time before, it's a big advantage. And then obviously with Julio, hopefully he has a good solid pitcher, and just like last year. All right, here we go. I believe there's going to be 3 rounds total. Are you talking about individually? Oh, he's starting to get in a rhythm. And it shows you right when you can get into a rhythm and get like 4 homers, then you might go for like a minute with nothing. So you definitely have to be able to try to get in the groove, and not only get in the groove to be able to win a home run derby, you got to be able to hit like 3, 4, 5 consecutive. And if you can do that, that gives you a lot better of a chance to be able to win it all. You know, and some of these guys will put up 6, 7, 8 in a row. I mean, right now he's doing worse. It looks like maybe than Randy. He's at 9 right now. But again, if you can get hot and you have to smoke 4, 5, 6 in a row, and if you get cold, it's really hard to get hot again. All right, Garcia, do something, baby. All right, he's at 10. All right, let's see if we can get into a little bit of a rhythm here. It's like you can be a home run hitter and even get 40 or 50 home runs in a year, but that doesn't mean that you're going to win the Derby. It's a whole other animal. And like you got to have a good swing and a good touch. I think that's why Griffey was so good at it. He was able to win it so many times. You have to have rhythm. You have to have a pretty swing, and you have to be able to, keep that momentum going. That Uncle Mo. He needs to get on a heater here. Heater, heater, heater. Power, power. Oh, he's starting to get cold. 15 though. Come on, Beasley, pitch better. He's getting tired probably too. Yep. You got to be able to have the power and not get tired. And it also shows people that in Seattle, home runs are not easy. If the field was a little bit more player friendly, a lot of our numbers would be higher. I mean, it's not the hardest ballpark to hit homers at, but it's definitely not the easiest based off the dimensions. So, yeah. All right. So they do the home run derby contest. So they have the brackets, right? So they have a certain set time limit, right? And then they have the superstars from certain teams going against each other, and then whoever ends up hitting the most home runs, based off the time allotted, moves on to the next round. And then they, you keep going down the bracket. Then that guy gets eliminated. Then it goes to the next guy until we get to a point where we go to a final two. One guy on the right, and then we got a winner on the left, and then that'll be for the championship. And obviously, this is in Seattle right now, and it's something that they always do the night before the actual All Star game. So for the fans, for them to be able to get memorabilia, to get one of those home run balls, and just be a part of the hype, of Major League Baseball All Star game in 2023 Seattle. So now you got a bonus round of 30 seconds where they get more time, a little T-Mobile extra 30, and then if they hit it over 440, then I think you get another 30 seconds as like kind of a bonus, for hitting it the distance. So, but even though it didn't look like Randy was doing that well, again, you have to compare it to the other people, and then you'll start to realize that maybe it wasn't great, but it was better than Garcia. So, absolutely, I am. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll be able to use either my buddy's login because him and his dad are there, through the Comcast or one of the streaming sites. But I'm definitely doing the All Star game tomorrow. Hell, I would be there if if financially things were better for me. I would have been there. But it's cool that I get to do it and watch it with you guys. So that way, it's a part of the channel. So I always have to remind myself if I can't go to a Duck game or a Pac-12 game, but then I'm able to do it on here, I still have the memories, from watching the game. Not the same as being there, but I'm always willing to grind it out, in as many events as possible. So, Yeah, if they had it broken down a little bit better, like how sometimes if we bring a graphic up, um, I can always bring a graphic up, but it doesn't really it's not the same as like as a game or whatever. They don't. I'm kind of going through the websites like ESPN and MLB to see if they have it formatted a certain way, but all right, hold up here. Yeah, so I went to the MLB and ESPN to see if they have it like laid out, like as a graphic when each guy goes up. But it's, uh, you know, it's a home run derby. All right, come on, Adley, let's go, Adley, baby. And his dad is pitching to him. Again, my buddy Justin, who's there with his dad. Uh, Adley's dad that's pitching was a teacher in Oregon, and my buddy had him as a teacher. So very cool that father son right here. Hopefully he can get going. Come on, Adley. Let's go, baby. Represent Oregon State, Northwest, baby. And Orioles are, kind of on the up and up now, too. And a big part of it was with him. So, yeah. He's from the Pacific Northwest, went to Oregon State when Oregon State was beasting. Remember when they had like 2 or 3 years when they were winning championships and you're like, holy shit, what's the Oregon State got in the water over there? But many, many amazing players. Oh my gosh. And he's a lefty, and you know how I feel about lefties. I love lefties. Yeah, they were fun last year. You could kind of tell that the chemistry, but they're a good team. Like if you look at all the young pieces that they have, the pitching is coming together. The hitting is coming together. They are the Blue Jays and Mariners of last year. That kind of newer up and coming team. Everyone's talking about the Rangers and the Rays, and then people want to sprinkle in the Astros and the Yankees. But in all reality, the Orioles have been playing better than those other two teams, the Yankees and the Astros. They're the third best with the Rangers and Rays. And I would not be shocked if the Orioles, do some damage in the playoffs. Well, upper decker from Adley. Come on, Papa Rushman, let's go. I know my buddy and his dad are just freaking out. You're geeking out right now. And Orioles is not a fluke. They'll be good next year too. It's like it's like all it takes is like that 1 year to kind of break out if you're young. And it's like Blue Jays, Mariners did it, and they're pretty solid now. Orioles are going to do it this year, and then moving forward, they are going to be not one of these just like teams you overlook. They will be an exciting team, and people are going to want to play there. They're going to get free agents and other people that will consider going to Baltimore because now they have a great young core. So and they're fun to watch. I've watched quite a few games of them this year, and I've never seen a bad game. It's always been fun. Come on, Adley. Come on, Adley. Announcer has to look up all the cities in Washington because he doesn't know. Blast off to Bellingham. 21. I mean, you want to definitely be over 20, so that way when you get the bonus, that way you have a good chance to get to 25 or 30. Then you get the long bonus of the 440. Then you want to be able to get to, 25 to 30, 30 to 35. Ultimately that's where you want to go. And then if you're really, feeling it, 35 to 40. But you're not going to see too many people going that route unless you're like Pete Alonso or maybe Julio. And I love it. Look at the father son moment. I love father son moments. That's why I'm a big Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. guy. Bill Elliott, Chase Elliott. If there's a father son combo, I love it. My dad was a big instrumental part in my life where he definitely could have left early on when things got rough between him and my mom, and he decided to stick around for quite a long time, and even he might have been unhappy, but he stuck it out for me, and we did a lot of sports together and I'll never forget that about him, to be able to sacrifice his own happiness for me. So, well, Adley's going right now? Get out of here. Adley's batting right? Let's go. Let's go. Adley. Yeah. Oh, my buddy and his dad are going nuts right now. Let's go. Let's go. Keep going. Yes. One more. Woo! Yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's Oriole baseball, baby. Yeah. That was sweet. Woo! 7 out of 8 from the right side. Get the fuck out of here. Imagine if he would have did that from the very beginning. Imagine if he did it right the whole time. What would he have hit if he would have hit right the whole time? 38? My God. This guy's a class act kid too. I'm telling you, if you end up getting these kids that come out of Oregon, not everyone is going to be a class act. Every once in a while, you get a douchebag like Dylan Brooks, which we don't even claim for being from Oregon anymore. Okay, but you're playing for the Ducks. But other than him, a lot of the people are very good class act guys, like Adley Rushman. Shit, I would love to have a player like that in Seattle. He's awesome. Look at this. You should have just bat right-handed that whole time. Yeah, not just him though. There's more pieces than just him. All right, Adley, I see you. We'll have to give you a little logo there too. Nice job. Oh, no worries. Everyone's just watching the Derby right now. It's very fast paced if you've never seen it before. So there's like a running clock and everything is just very fast paced. So just pure entertainment. But I hope things are going to get better for you. You've definitely had a little bit of misfortune with the injuries and whatnot. My buddy Adley, holy shit! I just sent you, Sarah. I just sent you his seats. So we'll show. He's up there a ways because obviously these are expensive, and there's a you have to be on like a list, to be able to even have access and whatnot. So there's my bro. He's obviously got the seats there, and then we'll see where he's up there a ways, but he's there, and this is where he's at, kind of more towards the first baseline. It looks like up in the outfield. And there's my buddy. So he's up there a ways, but he's there. You know, it's definitely a hard ticket to be able to get for the All Star festivities. Yeah, Louise Roberts, a good player. Wow, Louise Robert, he's just killing it. Look at him. Oh, he's already at 20, 21. 24 already with 20 seconds left. 25. Uh-oh. He's got to beat 27. Wow, look at this. Adley had a decent round too, 27. Oh, he crushed that. Holy shit. Adley's like, man, I got 27 and I can't even move on. 27 is a good number. So it shows you in that first, like Randy advanced with 24. That was kind of a low ass number, you know what I mean? But you gotta, I mean, 27 sometimes can get you out of a round, but to really make sure you do, it's like, 30 plus is kind of what every guy should be shooting for. Damn. See, that's why they should have had Adley maybe on the other side. They should have switched it up a little bit, but that's and obviously he's got a lot of fans there from Oregon State and the Pacific Northwest. Um, but hopefully he'll maybe participate in it next year because he's got 60 seconds. I mean, this I wonder what he's going to get to here. 40? Actually, probably not 40. 30, 1 minute. 30, 33, 35. See if he gets into a rhythm. See, and then if they like stop the time, I think they should keep going. Like even though that you won the round, like I want to be able to see what you can get, especially if you're in that moment. Like if you got time on the clock, let's see how many you can get. I mean, this is the home run derby, right? I mean, I get it, you beat the guy, but I mean, you might as well finish the last 40 seconds. I mean, what happens if he ends up getting 40 or 45? I mean, I want to see that. All right, next up we got Mookie Betts versus Vladimir Guerrero Jr. You would assume Vlad's got more power, but it all depends on rhythm. And Mookie is he can hit homers for being a little bit undersized. So we'll see who gets in the better rhythm. The guy that's a little smaller, that's got the pop in his bat, or the pure home run hitter. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if Randy's going to be able to beat Louis. If Louise Robert plays like that again, I mean, you might have Louise in the final on the left side, and then we'll see who goes on the right hand side. Just really wish that they were separated, like Alonso on the right and Julio on the left. And it's just crazy with a lot of the graphics. It's like all four guys on the right hand side, not even one guy on the left, but the bigger names are on the right. Like the more star power is on the right. The left guys are kind of the up and coming. Maybe not globally known or nationally known just yet. So we'll see how it goes. Reflect in the building. What's good? How are you? No, not yet. And like I said, here I'm pretty sure you probably already know, but here's the bracket. So they should have had a Rodriguez on the left. I think that would have been maybe more ideal. But again, if a Rodriguez can beat Alonso and keep it moving, then he's going to earn it. So and Pete Alonso is going for his three-peat, and we'll see if Julio can win it all. Let's go. Grab the trident, baby. How are you doing? Reflect. Everything good? Yeah, I mean, honestly, I decided that I was going to do the stream, but then I figured, a lot of the streaming sites don't have the home run derby. And then my buddy that's at the All Star game right now, I was asking him, I was like, bro, I was like, can I use your login? So that way I can use the ESPN app, and then it's like you have to put in a password, then you got to put in the username, the password, and that's not good enough. Then they send a code to the person on the account, which would have been his dad, and it like gets sent to his fucking cell phone. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot now, having to ask for all this goddamn information. But luckily, and then it like times you out, so it's like you have to put it in pretty quick. And so I had to, kind of go through that a couple times, but eventually I got it to work, and I was able to end up doing this. I would have really been pissed not being able to see this live. So yes, they did. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we would have got a little bit more action, and support for Woo, but yeah, 3 out of 4, and we won the first 2 out of 3. So if so we won 5 out of 7 against the Stros. So there's a good chance we're going to battle with the Stros and the Blue Jays, probably for one of the last spots in the wild card. And we have a nice homestand after the break. I'm hoping Julio can beat Alonso, win the whole thing, All Star game. Hopefully we do well, and then we can just go in hot with I think we have a uh, trying to think about how many 10 game homestand, something like after that, with maybe 2 or 3 different teams at home. So if we can win a majority of those, maybe we can make a little bit of a run. So that's a good question. That is a good question. I'm not sure which one I necessarily prefer. I just enjoy the home run derby, and I know there's going to be a little subtle changes every All Star event: Pro Bowl, NHL, NBA, and MLB. Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not really sure which one I like more. I'm not sure if the outs in the top 4. Maybe this format I like a little bit better. I don't know, slightly. Yeah. And like I said, Logan Gilbert, is starting to look like Logan Gilbert. So if we can just get our pitching staff to match that hitter's energy, and we can start getting 5 to 6 runs on a regular basis with our pitchers, we should be able to run through a lot of teams. Like we were starting to turn the corner. We played like shit early. We started to get hot right before the break. And if we can continue to stay hot, I actually think that we could be fighting for a spot at the end of the year. I think it is possible. So. Yeah, and also too, Texas has lost 11 out of the last 16. So they've lost 11 out of 16. So they're not, the big dog really anymore. They are with the Rays and the Braves. You know what I mean? But there's wiggle room. Astros a little shaky. Rangers a little shaky. The Rays and the Braves went at each other a little bit. So I just feel if as long as we put our head down and focus on us, I think that we will be in the running for a wild card or one of the last spots with the Astros and the Blue Jays and maybe another team. You already know Rays, Rangers, and Orioles should be up there. But I think that we have a good possibility. We look a lot better now than what we did, a month ago. Let's just say it like that. So, and then we got that nice homestand too after. So, yeah, I got a couple buddies that are there right now. All right, we got Vlad Jr. in here now. The old format was 4 from each league. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I really like the outs part of it. You know what I mean? I didn't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? Do you have a preference on which one you like, John, more? Do you like the old version or the new version? A lot of times the old version ends up being better, like the NBA All Star Game, Eastern Conference, Western, instead of Team Giannis and Team LeBron. I think that's stupid. And then they used to do rookie sophomores. USA versus international. Now they do all these like weird little subtle, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, like mini tournament bullshit. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the changes that have been made on the NBA All Star Game side are terrible. But I think I like this new format slightly more maybe than the older one. But I'm not sure if we really notice a huge difference in it. All right, reflect. Take it easy. I'll be here for the All Star Game tomorrow. All right, bro. Take it easy. Oh, Griffey and Julio, a little pep talk. And shout out to Cyberpunk and Sarah helping out on the Twitter side. Appreciate that with the share. Yeah, 11 already. Well, it's Vlad. Vlad is one of those up and coming, superstars and whatnot. And, obviously you knew when Bo Bichette and Vlad were on Toronto, that was the beginning of something. Then they added George Springer. It's like you could tell, like the Mariners and Blue Jays at some point were going to break out, whether it had been last year, this year, next year. There's just a lot of talent on both of those rosters. And I think that we're very similar. And it's kind of ironic that both of us played each other, last year in the playoffs, because I think we're almost like a mirrored version of them. I think a lot of their fans see a lot of them in us, and we see a lot of us in them. So very similar. And then I think also now we have to put the Orioles in that category too. Orioles, Blue Jays, Mariners are all very kind of similar, except Orioles are much better than the Blue Jays and the Mariners this year, especially the Mariners. But hopefully we can catch up a little bit. Yeah, I was just about to say maybe you get a little bit more home runs in this format compared to the old one. You know what I mean? But as long as it doesn't take away the fun from the game. As long as everyone is on board with what's going on, and. Oh, he's getting tired. Yeah, you got a power, baby. Yeah, the Blue Jays got really cool colors. I mean, it's kind of similar to Mariners, a little slightly different, but they got really cool colors. They got really cool logo. Obviously, I remember being a little kid and watching Joe Carter with the Blue Jays back in the day. So never had any animosity really towards Toronto Blue Jays or Blue Jay fans. I mean, I know obviously there was, we were going at each other a little bit with Mariners and Blue Jays, but I think for the most part, most Mariner and Blue Jay fans are respectful and very knowledgeable of the game. And it just so happens that we ended up being a little bit of a rival in the playoffs, but I actually enjoy a lot of the players that they have on their team. They're very fun to watch. Yeah, they changed some of the rules, like John was talking about. It used to be from four from each league, and remember they did outs. Remember where they did outs? So every time you didn't hit a homer, one out, two out, three out, and you had the outs that were on the ticker up above as well. So they kind of changed the format a little bit here. 26. Yeah. Well, we beat you guys. You know, well, we beat Toronto. So of course they're going to be bitter and whatnot. But that's fine. I mean, they could have had that hate towards anyone that would have beat them. So, but I know for as far as Mariner fans, I mean, most of us, aren't going to be an asshole. Most of them are really knowledgeable, and I mean, hell, if we've only had 4 good seasons out of like 30 years, we don't really need to talk shit. There's no reason. So, but if people up there in Canada and Toronto want to be haters, that's fine. We don't mind. You want to hate towards the Mariners, you know. I imagine there's some Mariner fans that probably fucking hate the Blue Jays too. So it goes both ways. But for me, I don't hate anybody, except for maybe Altuve or A Rod. Other than that, yeah. Well, plus also too in that series, it was so competitive. It could have went either way, and a lot of Blue Jay fans probably felt like they should have won that. You know what I mean? It sucks when you finally get to the playoffs, but you got to think we're us. Like we haven't been able to get out of that. Get to the playoffs in like 20 plus years, let alone win a round. So, oh really? All right, Mookie's up. I'm not sure if Mookie. We'll see. Mookie's at a huge disadvantage compared to anybody else. Come on, Mookie. Mookie's sitting at 2, looking like shit. But you had to have known there's going to be a couple snoozers where you're going to have a couple bad performances. You know, here we go. Come on, Mookie. I mean, if you ain't going to win, at least play for pride. Yeah, all-star jerseys are a little bit better. I think. I mean, I guess it depends on what you like to see, but I felt like one jersey was good. I think, and then the other, I think, what the National League had the whites, and then the American League had the dark last year. But I thought one of the jerseys looked kind of cool, the white version. But I think it was at the National League that had the white, or the American League. But this year they kind of have a Mariner feel to them, with the American League with that kind of teal and whatnot. Come on, Mookie. Come on, McCullough. No, this is like a guy that shouldn't even be in the home run derby. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a name, but there's definitely going to be people that would have been more qualified than Mookie Betts to be in here. Like what screams home run derby winner out of Mookie? Nothing. It's like you're so undersized. You know what I mean? It's like you're in a like if you're comparing it to NBA, you got a lot of these guys that are like small forwards and power forwards, big old arms, and then you got the little point guard trying to compete with these big arm guys that have way more tree trunk legs and bigger arms. You know, it's like, what do you think by putting a little guy in there? You know, you got a little guy going against big guys, like a leadoff hitter going against cleanup hitters. Like, what are they thinking? I mean, as far as like little hitters, he's probably got the most power out of any little hitter consistently. But this derby is, you know, it's not for the faint of heart, you know. And also too, it matters who's throwing to you, the bat you use, if you've been there before. So he said, I don't know how. Oh, Arenado, or yeah, probably Goldschmidt would have been, you know, like a bigger, you know, like any guy that bats like, you know, 4 or 5 typically in the lineup. I mean, like Freddie Freeman would probably even be able to get more, you know what I'm saying? But Mookie is a superstar, you know what I mean? But like as far as a home run derby, a very I don't know, very unusual choice. But again, I know his wife wanted him to do it. So I mean, you don't want to be the one that gets the worst total out of everyone. And he ain't getting to 26. The best he can shoot for is maybe shit, I don't know, 30 seconds and that's it. I mean, what, 15 at the most? Like I said, this is not a hitter's ballpark. So for all the people that are like, you know, how come Julio doesn't have as many homers in Seattle, or how come all these people don't have? I mean, look, it's fucking not easy. Like the dimensions are pretty far. It's not a hitter's ballpark like some where they're very, very close. I mean, it takes a little bit more to get it out here. 11. Well, we knew someone was going to shit the bed. Unfortunate. He's like, thanks a lot, wife. Now I look like a fucking idiot in front of everybody. It's like you wanted to check off all the boxes, check off looking like an idiot at the Derby, you know? Well, he'll never do the Derby again. Julio, fucking let's go. Pete Alonso and Julio. Let's go. Yeah, unless you got someone that's versatile, you know, someone that gets to hit at the one spot, you know, can be very good. Two spot can be good. You know, three, four. You know, four is cleanup. You know, that's for home run power. But then they're going to get some good solid pieces at five as well. You know, so it all depends on like the strategy too. Because remember, like Julio as a rookie batted first, you know, and he can bat, you know, in many places. But as he gets older, they may slide him in the lineup from one to two, two to three, three to four. I'm not sure if he'll ever be the cleanup, but it depends. You know, if he can get locked in and be patient in the box, and then he starts hitting 40, 50 home runs a season, maybe they will shift him to the four hole. So if you saw who's starting with all the, it's a lot from just a couple teams on both sides. So Let's go. Let's go. Electric. Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J Rod. Let's go, baby. Represent. Julio Rodriguez. Come on, J Rod. I wouldn't if he doesn't win it this year. I feel that if he keeps competing in it, he'll eventually win it. And I think it's a great person to have in the contest. It's like when they had Jordan and Dominique, in the dunk contest when the dunk contest actually meant something. I hope that we get a lot of boomstick here. Let's go. Come on, Julio. And I like it. He's not wearing the hat, just like last year. Are you watching Monday Night Raw? What's going on in Monday Night Raw, Sarah? Let's go, Julio. Let's go, J Rod. God, why do you have to fight Alonzo in the first round? That would have been an amazing final. Julio and Alonzo in the final. Holy shit. Let's go. Everyone's standing. I should be standing. Fuck. Julio. Julio. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Julio. 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 Let's go, baby. Let's go. Telling you, him and Alonzo are by far the best. I mean, Luis Robert looks like he could compete too. Woo! You got to have the arms and the swing, though. You know what I'm saying? And Luis Robert good, but he ain't fucking Julio or Pete Alonso good. Come on, baby. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Yes. J Rod. J Rod. Yes. Here we go. Off to a very good start. 10 already. Great start. This is the best start we've seen so far. Woo! And look how he's crushing it like Griffey. It's like right in that sweet spot. Look at that. And look at the power pulling the ball. It's like inside every time. Look, boom. That one he popped up. But most of them are just right inside. And look how fast he moves the wrist. Right? He's a flick of the wrist. Timeout. Good job. Good job. Good time to call timeout. 14. Woo! Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Good shit, man. You knew he wasn't going to have a dud performance like Mookie. He's too fucking electric, man. Plus, what you saw last year, let's be honest, he should have won it last year. Fell just short by one last year, but definitely would have been better to have Julio and Alonso instead of Alonso and Juan Soto. Nice job, man. Dingers, 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 and some more dingers. Good job, Julio. Very likable. Like I said, and we got to be critical of him, but I mean, he is going to be, the face of baseball sooner than later. It's like you got Judge, you got Ohtani, but if you're looking for another guy to join, him as far as mass popularity, and if he keeps doing, better and better each year and starts getting like 40 home runs, consistently, I mean, he's going to be right up there. He'll be on MLB The Show, baseball cards, he's going to be right up there with Shohei and Judge. He's not there yet, but as far as popularity, there's a lot of people that would say that he's right up there already now, popularity, but he needs to live up to the popularity. But if he wins this today, this will be big for us. Let's go. Let's go, Julio. Woo! Come on, baby. We got to get to like 30 if you're going to get to Alonso. And you got to get to those extra 1 minute bonus. Crushed it. Wow. Back, 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 back. Gone. No, 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 no. Wow. Look at the power. Woo! Woo! Let's go. 40. Let's go. 24. Keep going, baby. Let's go for 40. Come on, but hopefully he doesn't get tired in the next round. Come on, baby. And a minute bonus. Go, Julio. Woo! Yeah. And if Julio gets past Alonso, he's winning it all. Woo! Wow. Upper deck 30! 31! And he's got a minute. Let's go. Represent the Pacific Northwest, Julio Rodriguez. See, that's why we enjoy the home run derby, because we want to be able to see things like this, right? Regardless if it's Julio or someone else. You know what I mean? The future of baseball right here. It really is. It's like, you got Judge, and you got Ohtani, and Ohtani's the best well-rounded player. Judge is the best home run hitter, period, right? But then you got a few other guys, that can kind of creep up to those legends, and I definitely think Julio is one of them. And he's such a likable guy on and off the field, too. You know what I'm saying? He might even be more likable than Shohei and Judge, honestly, like as far as like globally. If you're just looking at Julio, not being a Mariner fan, but just looking at Julio, the player and the man, and what you see from him on social media, on the field, off the field. I mean, you could argue he might be one of the most likable players in Major League Baseball, and I don't think you could really argue that. I mean, there's a lot of people that really have love and respect for Julio, and plays with that excitement like Griffey, and it's infectious. He's got that high energy, and like I said, you can't fake that. You either got it in your soul or you don't, and he's 100% genuine too. So yeah, let's go. But Alonso ain't phased. He's already won two in a row, so he's trying to go for the three-peat. But for Alonso, that's a little bit of a pressure. I highly doubt Alonso just does shitty and ends up getting like 15. But hopefully Julio can get to 40, and that way he moves on. That way we can have Julio win it all, baby. Go, Julio. Let's get to 40. Come on, 40. The big 4-0, baby. I think everyone does, honestly. I can be critical of him, chasing pitches, because I just want the best for him. I want him to be a Hall of Famer. I want him to be as big as Griffey and Randy Johnson and Ichiro and Edgar. I don't want him to be just an all-star. I want him to be a Hall of Famer. So we got to hold those standards higher for those kind of guys. 37, 38, 39, woo! 40, 40. No, 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 no. Oh, Julio's winning this. Julio is winning this. Come on, Julio. Focus. One more, one more, one more, Julio. One more, Julio. One more, Julio. 41. Ah! Let's go. Even Alonso is like shit. Like he has to have like one of his best performances. And like I said, Julio should have won it last year. So maybe it's just destiny. It's in Seattle. Because that's a lot to hit. 41. I mean, even Alonso getting to like 30, 35 is amazing. So I'm let's go. I like it, he says. Is that good? It's 41 most ever in round one. Is that good? I'm not sure if that is that good. Unbelievable. 41? Yeah, baby. Let's go, Julio. You know what it is, baby. The bat was right. And they talked about that early too, that the bat was going to be very important. Because you got to have a good rhythm, but you got to have that right bat. 41 for Julio. Ballin'. Oh, we're gonna win. We're winning. He's got somebody new throwing to him. Oh, he's screwed. What's good, baby? What's good? Julio, baby. Like I wouldn't be shocked if Alonso gets like 30. You know what I mean? But 41 is like insane. And he doesn't have his normal guy, and the guy pitching to you is important. So this might be Julio's time, baby. It's Julio time, baby. All right, Pete. Show me, Pete. You ain't doing it, Pete. Not this year, Pete. You the man. You already won two in a row, but guess what? That three, Pete. You ain't winning it this year, buddy. Not happening. Well, if it was a little bit more realistic for Pete here, like if it was like Julio got 29, Pete could maybe get to like a 30 if he got the minute bonus, right? But 41, let's be honest here, even for Pete Alonso, that is like a record breaking type of number. I mean, if anyone could do it, it would be him, but he ain't going to do it in the first round. Julio, Julio, Julio. Let's go. I mean, I still would have loved to see a Julio Pete Alonso final, but maybe they just wanted to have that matchup so that way that we'd at least get it for sure. So that way there's no debate. If we're going to get that matchup or not get that matchup. Just kind of unfortunate we have to get it at the beginning in the first round rather than at the very very end. But at this point, Luis Robert, if he ends up going and representing that side, it could. I mean, there's no guarantee Julio wins it. He could go against Luis Robert and lose. So I'm just hoping that he can keep it up though. Yeah. Julio wants all the smoke, baby. Well, yeah, he broke the record, right? 41's the most in the first round ever. What's the previous number one, Sarah? What's the previous number one round ever? High 30s? Oh man, I'm loving this. I mean, Julio was putting up numbers like in that Derby, like I said, like he did last year. But it would be like if Aaron Judge was in the Derby and healthy. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys, or Shohei Ohtani. Could you imagine if Judge and Ohtani were in the Derby as well? Hell, if those two were in the Derby, they could probably get what Julio gets. Hell, maybe they even get more, right? Because we know how Shohei can hit, and we know Aaron Judge got that power. You know, Julio's great and all, right? But what about those two? Oh, baby. Julio, baby. Yes. Yeah, I don't think the format does it either, John. I think it's individual round one, round two, round three. Vlad Jr. in 2019 with 40. Wow. I think I remember that. Yeah, and plus other athletes, Mahomes and whoever, if they're not too familiar with, Julio or his game. And I think most people already know who Julio is on the baseball side, but I imagine there's some basketball or football players that probably don't pay too much attention to baseball. But once you end up getting the Derby, that's a big thing. And hopefully they have a big chain for him waiting if he ends up winning. Yeah. And again, Alonso doesn't have the same guy pitching. You're already doomed right there. If you don't have the same consistency, you have to have the same bat, same guy pitching you the year before. You got to have that consistency. If you don't have it, then this is the results you get. Good, but not elite. So it looks like he's going to get somewhere between 20 and 26. Yeah, pitching is shitty there by Myers. Look at Julio, got 20 more than Alonso. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, baby. Hey, I just won the home run derby against the champ by 20. You fucking doubled him. Woo! Yes, sir. Sorry, Pete. You ain't three-peating today, baby. You ain't doing it this year. Oh, Julio, baby. Can you imagine if he does 41, 30 something, 30 something? He might be able to get to 100 before Julio in the Derby, after Julio in the Derby. 41. Woo! Let's do a live look into Pete Alonso and Julio. Sorry, Pete. Not today. Oh, baby. Luis Robert Jr. and Randy Arozarena versus Julio and Vlad Jr. Man, I would have been so upset not being able to watch this live. I would have been like, are you kidding me? He broke the record and I didn't see it? Oh, my God. Fucking electric. This is our time, baby. And again, winning the home run derby is big because if he ends up winning the home run derby and that momentum carries over, if like let's say the American League wins as well, and then we end up with like a 10-game win streak at home, that could be the difference between us maybe making a wild card or not. Just getting the hot at the right time. My oh my! Oh, he casually just broke the record. Most homers in a single outing in the first round, 41. Ended up beating the two-time champ of the event by 20. That's insane. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Well, I would say that I know some of the people when they did it on that beach atmosphere or whatever last year that they were complaining about some of the NHL All Star festivities, but still, it's better than the NFL Pro Bowl or the All Star game for basketball, unless you like watching, no defense and you just want dunks and whatnot. So, Megan with a 20, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, $20. Allah. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Julio. What do you want to see for photos? I'll try to sprinkle them in while they, what before we get into the event and whatnot. So, yeah. Well, this is kind of a hater comment because you're a Rays fan and Randy is probably not going to win. Yeah, it's in Seattle, but he could have won it last year and it wasn't in Seattle. So that's a little bit of you drinking the haterade there, being a Rays fan, knowing that Randy has no chance and he might not even be able to get past Luis Robert. You can just be happy for Julio and not be like, oh, it's just Seattle. Because if you watch last year, he did the same shit last year. Come on, bro, be better. Don't be a hater. Drink Gatorade, not haterade. Be better. Be a bigger person. Come on, bro. Dunks and dingas. All right, let's do some Ichiro for you. Damn right. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, no one's going to ever have a pure swing, sweeter than Griffey ever. I don't think we're going to ever see one. We got a lot of smooth swings, but not like Griffey though. That's a true one of one. I mean, Griffey impacted the game and made baseball cool, and made it mainstream. He's the first guy to have a shoe, and he still is a very popular guy, even years after he's retired. He's still talked about like in a Michael Jordan type of form. He is the Michael Jordan of baseball. I mean, he may not have a bunch of rings, you know what I mean? But as far as, his impact on baseball and pop culture, I'm not sure if there's anyone that's made a bigger difference. And he played, right? He got fat. He retired. He didn't cheat, and that says a lot for the steroid era. Because almost everyone was cheating back then. So Yeah, he broke the record. 41 in the first round, and he beat Pete Alonso by 20. Pete Alonso only got 21. Bro, he broke the record. You'll see it on Twitter or Instagram or Sports Center or anywhere on fucking social media right now. You'll be able to see the replay of it, but that was the first round. So now it's going to be Randy Arozarena versus Luis Robert on the left, and then it's Vlad Jr. versus Julio. But I'm pretty sure Julio is going to win it all. So should have won it last year. Yeah, damn right. All right, come on, Randy. See us Mariner fans. All right, we don't hate. We want people to do good. All right, all right. Say we don't say comments like this if the game was in Tampa. We'd be like, oh, Randy's gonna win because it's in Tampa. That's like bush league fucking shit. You know, you got to not be a hater. It's all good, man. Everyone's gonna have their time, and no one on planet Earth thinks fucking Randy's gonna win. And if you're a Rays fan, that just shows how biased you are. If you really think that he's good enough to be able to compete with the big boys, all right, he's a good player, but he ain't fucking Julio or Pete Alonso. Come on. I believe it was the same guy that pitched to him last year, and Alonso had a new guy pitching to him, so that was a big part of it too, the chemistry. Like, I wasn't going to have access to it. I had to ended up getting my friend that's in Seattle here at the event. I had to get his Comcast login, otherwise I wouldn't be able to watch this because it's not on the streaming site. It's just one of those things, bro. Like everyone loves their team and their players, but you can always tell by comments if someone's biased or not. Based on what they say compared to whoever else is in the game or in the tournament. It's okay. We all love our own teams and players, but to act like this is the only way that Julio can win. Well, we'll find out if Julio ends up being in it next year, and if he ends up winning it next year, then it's all about if you got the home run power in the swing and you got it, and not everyone's got it. It's not luck, you know. $70. Let's get to a hundo. But it's all good, bro. Most people that talk like that are young. So I imagine you're pretty young as a kid. You know what I mean? But usually when people get a little bit older, if they're 20 or older, 30 or older, 40 or older, they can still be a little biased, right? But 41 bombs, $41. No, no. No, 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 no. Back, 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 back. Go, baby. Thank you so much. $41 no for 41 bombs. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $41, baby. Let's go. You know what it is, baby. Thank you so much. Electric. Thank you so much, Reflect. I wish that you were able to be in here and watch it with us. But again, I'm not sure if you get to watch the rest of the. I know you got stuff you have to do with family and whatnot, but you will be able to see it on Twitter or on ESPN. Or I'm not sure if it's up yet, but I would assume if it's not up yet, it will be shortly, and you can see him go crazy. I'm gonna definitely rewatch it later tonight for sure. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see. And Randy is good. There's a reason why he's here. There's a reason why the Rays are a fantastic team. Hell, they might even win the World Series, bro. But you just have to look at it. A home run derby for someone that hasn't done it before or hasn't done it often. It's a whole nother experience. This is not a normal at bat. This is like a special type of thing. Not everyone that has got home run power can be a home run hitter in the derby. Facts. Yes, thank you so much, bro. Oh yeah, Ichiro all day, every day. But a lot of the Mariner players got it too. Griffey, Randy, Edgar Martinez, Julio. I mean, a lot of the people they got that juice. 111. Let's get to two. See, that's the thing in sports for you, Bucks, Rays, Bolts. Most people are haters, and most people love to talk shit, and they love to talk shit for no reason because growing up in this fucking era, this little TikTok fucking era with a lot of these people that are younger. It's all about being fucking disrespectful and being an asshole. But as you start to learn, being disrespectful and being an asshole, it doesn't pay off. You might be able to, do these little TikTok videos and have little trends. But yeah, as you start to get older and realize, the only way you're going to be able to get shit done is hard work, you know. And I think the younger generation has forgotten that, or they think they can cut corners, you know. But you guys will start to realize how hard it is to live, nowadays. Once you get a little bit older and realize how hard you have to work to fucking survive. It's one thing when mom and dad are taking care of you, but when you're on your own, you start to realize that shit is not fucking easy. And Randy is a good player, but again, home run derby player, maybe not the best. Yep. Right. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people are haters, but for a lot of us, we want to see people do good, and that's a problem I think with society and in general right now is that people always are putting other people down, whether they recognize it or not. You know, it's like, oh, you can do good, but you're not going to do better than me, or you're going to do good, but you're not going to do better than my guys. That's kind of the mentality. Instead of just like rooting people on, it's like it's almost like a lost cause. Oh, someone's got a post on Twitter. Nah, I ain't gonna like it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna look at it, but I'm gonna keep scrolling. Or you see something on Facebook. Oh, this is dope, but then you just keep going. That's just the mentality now. People are haters. They don't want to see people win or see people do better than them. It's sad. You know what I mean? It's like it'd be really nice to have people support each other genuinely, but you don't really see that anymore. Or if you do, it's very rare. Where people are genuinely rooting for each other to win, and that's really fucking sad. Absolutely, legend, Mr. Niehaus, Dave. It's always good to be able to root for other people to win. So they're combining the first number with this, or just round by round by round. Is it just round by round by round? Whoever wins the round and the next round. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, but we have a reason. We have a reason. Not only the cheating, but then the recent Ty France shit. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make it any easier when they never admit to it. They always have something to fucking say, like Patriot fans. Oh, kiss the ring. It's like, bro, it's like, you can at least be like real and not be delusional and act like, oh, Astros cheated. Everyone cheats. It's like you can't just say sorry. It's like those people that can't say sorry or admit anything. They always have to make something else, from it instead of like taking responsibility for the squad. It's like you fucking cheated, man. Your shit is tarnished forever, and you're still going to be able to, have success, but you have a black eye on your organization forever, just like the Patriots do. It's like, yeah, you're champions, Brady, Belichick, Kraft, right? But most fans are not going to accept that you did it clean, and you didn't. And same thing with the Astros. It's not like Dodger fans are the only ones mad because you ended up robbing them of that Game 7 with the garbage can year. You know what I mean? Dodgers ended up getting their World Series a couple years later, but it's the consistent lying, cheating, and not acknowledging it. You know what I mean? So you're making it's like Astro fans make it very easy not to like them. And like I said, I don't have any issues really with anybody besides Altuve and A-Rod. Those are the two that I dislike. I'm not sure if I would say necessarily hate, but I definitely dislike them with a passion. And yeah, I'm never going to be able to root for the Astros or the Angels, really. But it is what it is. You have rivalries, right? This guy is a better home run hitter. He's got more. I feel like contact. But again, it just depends if he can get into a rhythm, right? And Randy might move on. You know what I mean? It's very possible. But Robert, he seems like he's got a little bit more of like the rhythm where he can hit like 4 to 8 in a row. With Randy hits a couple, then he slumps for a few, then he hits a couple, and then he slumps. You know what I mean? So if Robert can get in his groove, he should be able to win this. But again, it's all going to be about Sierra and the pitching here. Plus, with the game being in Seattle and with how the season's gone for us, it would mean the most to Julio out of everyone that's competing. Being in your home ballpark, being able to get us and the fans, a little extra energy and momentum. We'll take any win of any kind that we can get. And let's be really honest too. How many baseball fans actually even know who Randy is or Luis? Unless you're a hardcore fan, most fans don't even know who those guys are. Like maybe they've heard of them, but they're not familiar with them. Obviously in the WBC, we saw Randy, kind of make a name for himself, and he's a big part of their team and their success. But I don't know if I would call him a full blown superstar. Well, Randy might end up advancing. He's in a good position right now at 35. Robert, not in a good spot right now, sitting at 10. Yeah. Yeah. Good next round for Randy, too. See how the rhythm? It's all about getting into a rhythm. The guys that can get into the rhythm are the ones that typically end up going further and can win. The guys that end up hitting one or two and then getting cold and then hitting one or two, getting cold, it's really hard for those guys to win it all because they're going to go against someone that can hit like 8 in a row. And anyone that has the ability to hit like 8 in a row, you're at a huge disadvantage because the other guys can't do that. They can't get into that rhythm. Or if they can, it's very unlikely. Or they do it, for like maybe a 5 home run, in a row, and then it's all they get. And then it's one or two, nothing, one or two or nothing. But then the guys that can hit like 8 in a row, they hit 8 in a row. Then they slow down, 6 in a row, slow down, 3 in a row, slow down. So it's always kind of in groups. And that's what you have to kind of look for with these guys. All the popcorn. Thank you for sharing the broadcast for me, Lauren, on Twitter as well. Appreciate you. Reflect anything that you want to see, based off your dono. I can at least throw up some Edgar Martinez or something old school at some point or another if you'd like. You let me know. I know you don't really care about the photos, but if you got someone or if you want me to do Griffey, or something of that nature, you just let me know what you're looking at and I can throw some up for you once we go to like a commercial break and whatnot. All right. Thank you so much for your love and your support. Good luck with your doctor's appointment, and hopefully you can heal up sooner than later. And remember, college football is just right around the corner, and that also means NFL. So I'll talk soon with you, and I appreciate you very much. I just messaged her as well. Appreciate you. Okay, I can do some Julios for you for sure. There you go. There you go. Get better. And like I said, like you already know yourself. Keep busy. You and me are very similar in that we go through some ups and downs, but keeping yourself busy is the best recipe instead of having your thoughts take over your whole day. Overthinking. Sometimes you just got to keep yourself busy so you don't overthink negative thoughts. So, and I'll always be here if you need me, and just like everyone else in the room as well. Randy is advancing. There you go. Bucks raise Bolts. I mean, at the very beginning, it didn't look like maybe it was going to be good enough to advance, but then we just have to see what everyone else does. And even though it didn't look that great, it was good enough and improved right in the next round, and that's exactly what you want to see. And obviously, when we ended up looking at those names, remember at the very beginning, I said I thought Randy might be the only one that really looked like a guy that could maybe advance from that group, and he did. So there we go, Randy. A little Randy versus Julio. Huh? We'll see. Love it. Appreciate you very much. Reflect. Maybe some Julio love. Damn, I wish you could have seen that live, bro. But you will see it, and you'll be like, "Oh my god!" You'll see him. It was just like an Alonzo type thing too. He was in the rhythm. But you already know when you see a guy, just being electric when he pulls the wrists real tight, and then it's like 1, 2, 3. Like you already know when a guy goes like 6, 7, 8 in a row. You already know it's a real good sign. Moving forward. So yes, that's why I go on one every day, at least an hour to 2 hours every day. I mean, I was over 250. I think after like COVID, when everything was going, I was like 250 to 260. I'm down to 217 last time I weighed myself. So I still got a ways to go. But to be at like 250, 260, and I've been walking every day with Paisley, and now I'm at 217. That's almost shocking for me. I didn't even think I'd be able to get to this point, and I still would like to go maybe 17 lower and try to get to two would be a little bit healthier weight for me. But it also depends on your diet as well. But if you put in the effort, you can make things happen, just like I do with the channel and your overall self. So, oh my God, you have no idea. And my buddy's there right now too, Justin. He's the one that let me use his Comcast, and he's there. I mean, he's up and towards like right field at the top on like first base side, outfield, like up in the upper deck. But I mean, at least he's there. And again, you had to get on like a kind of a ticketless special where you had to spend like 600-800 bucks, and go to like use the money for games, and then you get a pre-sale code. And so all those people, got kind of first dibs, season ticket holders. I mean, if you were just trying to get a ticket, I mean, you'd definitely be paying a shitload, even if you're going to be up in the upper deck. And they haven't been to Seattle in 20, 21 years since Ichiro's rookie year. So I'm glad at least a couple of my friends went. Would have loved to have been there, but I just, financially, I didn't have the finances to go up there. So yeah, there you go. And sometimes it's just about effort. A lot of people say that they're going to do it. And like, remember, like I said, I'm cutting back on booze and alcohol. That's another part too. I've never really been a big drinker, but if you guys remember, hell, I was drinking Modelo Chelados, those big ones, one or two or three a night, and those are, I don't know how many beers. It's like one can is like maybe a beer and a half or two, and then because it's like a double can. And then when I was doing like Coronas with lime or Modelo's, I was doing six, seven, eight of those in a stream. So you do that every day. I mean, you're going to get overweight and you're not going to feel too good. I mean, you're going to feel good initially from the buzz, but then eventually, it's going to weigh you down. And so sometimes you just have to be able to make better choices. And, I'm trying to be a better person, not only for Paisley, but for myself. And, I got diabetes in the family heavy. So I knew if I didn't take action, something serious could have happened and it still may happen. So, and I know that my mental health has been a hell of a lot better since I got Paisley and I've been on this routine. And even when it's raining, I still go. I don't make excuses. If it's a little bit of rain throughout the day, I try to find that 30-minute opening where it's drizzling so me and Paisley don't get soaked, but we still get out there and we can hear the birds, we can hear nature and we can still get our steps in because it's very important for her as an American Staffordshire, kind of in the Pitty family. They need exercise daily. You can't just be like, fuck it, I don't want to do it. It's unacceptable, if you have a dog like that. So, um, yeah. And so like I said, I hopped on the scale, and at one point, I think I kind of capped out like around 225 to 230 for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I'm like, am I even going to lose any more weight, or have I plateaued? And then I just checked it, and last time I checked, I was at 217, and that's a hell of a lot better than 250, 265. Somewhere in that range is where I was. So, anything is possible with hard work, and that is big facts. Yeah. And I've been trying to eat less fast food too. I've been trying to eat more vegetables and fruits. Am I guilty of tacos from the taqueria or pizza or burgers? Of course, but I'm not eating them fucking every day like I was. It's like you can get this cheap, unhealthy food, and going through McDonald's drive-through tastes delicious, but after you eat it, it kind of makes you groggy, lethargic, lazy. So initially it tastes good, but it doesn't do your body good after. And it's every good, it's good once in a while to treat yourself, but eating it every day, and it sucks too because like society has it kind of played out where if you want to eat healthy, it costs a hell of a lot more than eating garbage. Eating cheap, unhealthy food. Going through the drive-through is a lot cheaper than trying to get vegetables and making yourself a meal from the grocery store. But let me tell you, if you can find a way to do that, and actually believe in yourself and push and hold yourself accountable, which is one of the hardest things to do in life. You can get results. So I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm getting closer to where I want to be. So yeah. Well, it just depends if they want to do like white or colors, for their home or away, American League, National League. Like one team wears all white, their own jerseys, and then the other team wears like their grays or whatever. Or they come up with a concept, American, National, and whatnot. And obviously, it's going to be themed every year depending on where the All Star game is at. That's why when you see these All Star game jerseys tomorrow, they kind of have that teal vibe. That's based off being in Seattle, obviously. If we weren't in Seattle, we wouldn't have that kind of color scheme. So everything is tied into like a theme on every All Star game. So, all right, here we go. Julio. Let's go, Julio. Let's win this. Come on, baby. Let's do it. Come on, baby. Be electric. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You know it, baby. Let's go. Come on, Julio. Come on, Julio. Come on, Julio. Yeah, you got to pull the ball. He's got to pull the ball to left field. Come on, Julio. They need crowd help. Yeah, I liked one of the jerseys, the light version. I think the National League was wearing the light ones, and I like those. And the dark ones, the American League wore. I did not like those at all. I thought that those were kind of ugly for us. But again, Julio can underwhelm a little bit in this round, right? As long as he beats Vlad, that's all that matters, right? You might not get 41. No one would expect you to go 41 and then 40. That shit ain't gonna happen. All right, Julio. But we just need you to, at least put up a solid number. Hopefully, you can get to like at least like 30. So that way, if Vlad does do good, it's not good enough to beat him. There we go. There's a couple more Julios for you. Home run derby Julio photos. You'd rather be sitting around 14 or 15 right here, but again, we're not trying to get to 41 necessarily. There you go, Dad. Help him out. Come on, Julio. Yeah, not a good start. But again, all you got to do is beat Vlad. It's not a combined home run from first round and second round, right? Now, White was much better. The National League got the good ones last year. We got the ugly grays. I did not like them. I mean, I think it's kind of hit or miss with the All Star uniforms every year. Like sometimes you'll have both that look good. Sometimes you'll have one that looks good. You know, yeah, I had to hook you up with a couple of those nice ones. Same thing happened with Julio last year. Come here, Paisley. Hang out with Dad. Yeah, it looks like he did run out. I mean, when you get 41 and you break the record, it's natural to kind of, you know, get a little tired and whatnot, right? He's tired. 16. So, I mean, the best case scenario for him at this point, probably getting to what, 20 or 21. So, but also, too, if you end up not winning the Derby, but you have memorable rounds, that also helps, too. I mean, I definitely want Julio to end up winning a home run derby, but I mean, getting the 41 in the round is going to be something that even if he doesn't win it all, that everyone's going to remember that. And Vlad hit what 40 in 2019, so Come on, J Rod. Derby time, baby. Let's go. Here we go. Fan support. Julio. 18, huh? Instead of 16? $1 million. Come on, Julio. How's a launch? There, he's getting in a rhythm now. And it's all about getting into that rhythm when you can hit five, 5 to 8 in a row. So 20. So they're not doing a combined number 41 and 20. They're like what do we think about that? Should we do like combined most home runs in 3 rounds, or just whoever wins each round? I almost think like if you're gonna do the derby, you should reward the person that does the most in 3 rounds if it goes, if it goes that far, right? I mean, that would make the most sense. It's a derby, right? But I guess if they just do it based on individual round, whoever wins, then anybody can win. Maybe that's why they did it that way instead of most home runs combined. Whoever wins in that round. But that would mean that you could definitely get someone like a Julio losing. You know, so I ran out of gas, man. That's a good question. I can't remember what he did in the first round. What did he get in the first round, Sarah? Do you know? Yeah, but I mean, like if you get 41 and then 20, right, and then someone gets, what 20 something in the first round, and then 20, and then Julio ended up hitting like 20 more homers than that guy. I don't know. I guess it just depends, on the format if they're going to continue that. But if you're doing a derby, you should reward the people that are hitting the most homers. But again, I guess if they just do it based off round, whatever happens, happens, then you're kind of disqualifying, kind of the best home run hitters because what happens if a guy does get tired? Goes from 41 to 20. And he's got 61 homers, and then a guy like Vlad that's got 40 something. If he ends up getting 20, ends up beating him. You know, 26. You know what I mean? So it's like a guy could total, 40 to 50 homers, and then you got a guy like Julio that's got, 60, 61, and then he doesn't even get to go to the final or doesn't even get to be the champion. So it shows you like how hard it is. Like you can still be the best home run hitter, but it all depends on that one round, I guess on how you're doing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 20 is going to be easy to beat. Yeah, Julio might get eliminated. But again, if that's how they do the derby and they just do it based on round, it just really sucks for that person that breaks a record because they're not going to be able to get close to that number again. They're probably going to get half of what they got, or maybe slightly more. So like maybe Julio gets 41, and then the most that he would be able to get in the next round is what 30. It's like you're not going to be able to get 70. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're almost like you're not rewarding the guys that are hitting those big numbers. It's just pretty much luck, whoever gets the most in the round at that particular time. So what's the point of trying to get 41 then? You know what I mean? It's like you're doing it for the fans, but then you can't even win the championship because you just went too ham. You broke the record in the first round, you got gassed, and then you're being penalized now. That sucks. But it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, you never know. Anything is possible in the home run derby. But again, not to take anything away from Randy, but Randy or Vlad or whatever, right? But let's say Randy wins it. Are people going to remember Randy won it? Yes, but a lot of people will remember Julio with the 41. Sometimes it is about the records that you get, even if you don't win it all. But we'll see where it goes. I just doesn't look like Julio is going to be able to hang on. I don't know. They should combine the numbers, not just do it by round, but because then you're disqualifying anyone that does a great round. It's like, oh, you broke history. Here's 40, but what are the chances of a guy getting 40 and 40? And then if that does happen, the third round, he's only going to get 15 or 20 because he's gassed. You can't expect someone to hit fucking 100 home runs. The old format did combine round 1 and 2. Yeah, but even if Vlad's tired, he's going to get over 20. Too much time left. Yeah, because like I said, if it's the Derby and you're not combining the numbers, then what are we doing? But I guess then it's like, you just have to try to get 30 and 30, or whatever. Just try to get 30 every round and not overexert yourself, which is a lot easier said than done. Imagine a guy getting 40 and then getting 30 and then getting like 15 in the championship and losing. You know what I mean? Like, then what? That's like, you got to change the rules. And then you got a guy getting like 85 homers in 3 rounds, right? And then he doesn't win just because he got a 15 in the last round. Make it make sense for me. See, he's already at 20. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what it's like, way to take all the air out of the building. It's like, oh, you got the 41 and everyone's lit. And then now it's like, a low score of 20 because he was gassed. And Vlad didn't have to get 40 in a first round to advance, So it's like, you got to reward the guys and do the combined number. That'll be something that they should actually vote on or talk about next year. But I know that there will be people talking about this. You know what I mean? So it's like, you either want to go all out for the fans or you have to be able to like hold back a little bit, but still try to get over 30. But again, how often is it going to be that you get 30, 30, 30, 90 homers? Come on, you're going to get tired. Or if you end up having an explosion of 40 or, 41, you're not going to be able to replicate that. So sucks. Yeah. Make it make sense for me. Right now, like I said, yeah, cool, he advances, but should he? Is that fair? You know what I mean? Yeah, you won 1 round, but I don't know. Like I said, I think you got to combine the numbers. You know what I mean? Because if you're doing a derby, it's about who's getting the most, not just the most in 1 round. Now we have a little bit of an underwhelming final, but we still got 2 great competitors there. Yeah, GG. It's like the Derby is not even really about skill. It's almost like luck at that point. If this is what's going to happen moving forward, or you have to have 2 monster rounds, right? And then you just got to make sure you have enough to win in the championship, even if you're tired at that point. So, and a positive part, he might not get injured, right? Because obviously, when we saw after he did the Derby, he was injured last year. So, I guess that's the positive part, him not being in the championship and then all of a sudden tweaking something like his back, and then all of a sudden Julio's out for 10 games. Oh, Julio won the home run derby, but his back is fucked. That wouldn't have been good either. So that is true, Reflect. We got to look at the bright side of things, I guess, right? Well, he won because you got an easy bracket. That's what happened. The left side of the bracket was much weaker than the right side. I think anyone on planet Earth could see that. But you still got there. So, it's not like he got there by accident. He improved his numbers 24, 35, and that was enough. No, he did not first overall. They had them go last in the first round out of the four sets. They were the last one to go in the first round. With Julio went first in the last round out of the four, eight guys, and then obviously Alonso. Oh, Julio. But there is I mean, I think most people think no one's going to hit 41, or at least it's highly unlikely. So Julio will have the best number of the night, and that's what a lot of people will remember. We will remember who wins it. We won't remember who wins it like Pete Alonso won it, last year and the year before. But sometimes we will remember who hit the most. Yeah, he went first against Alonso, so he had, I mean, and the fans, and you know what I mean, and just the hype. So he was the fans definitely helped, and then Alonso saw him at 41, and he got 21. So you know, but I mean, like especially when you're starting to rock and roll, and you're hitting five, six, seven in a row, you just can't hold up. Oh, let me stop at 30. You're just going and going and going and going. So unless somehow, some way that we can end up having a year where Julio can get to 30 every round and then win, you know, or have a 40 round and a 30 round, and then maybe have an underwhelming championship round of like 24, but then maybe the other guy gets 22 and he wins. That's probably going to have to be the formula. You're going to have to probably try to get to 70, or not even get to 70, maybe just by luck, just win, you know. One guy gets 17, you get 18. One guy gets 20, you get 21, and then all of a sudden you're in the championship. I mean, I don't know. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. Icy, icy chain, beast mode. You know what? That probably will have to be true. We have to have a higher seed because he was a 7 seed, so we need to have him hit more and be a top seed and go from there. I agree. But look, you got a 1 and a 5 and a 7 and a 6, and then now it's a 5 versus a 6. So Yeah, Julio's out. He got eliminated because they just do it by round, not by combined numbers of round 1 and 2. So he broke the record, 41, and then had a bad second round. Just got tired. Tired dog. Yeah, and how do they choose on who goes first and whatnot? And between the guys, is it all based off the seeds? Like the seeding part of it, that's where they go, who goes first, and like how they break down the brackets. It's based on how many home runs they had. Taking a break already. And has that been that format like last year? They did the same thing. Doug Baldwin plus 20. I mean, all the participants are fantastic players. I mean, Randy actually might win it. I mean, we got to see if he comes out flat. You know what I mean? But it doesn't look like Vlad's putting up a like, oh my god, performance. We only really had one of those, and that was Julio. Well, Adley started off pretty strong too, especially when he went right for like 7 for 8 in the extra 30 seconds or minute. But 20. All right, so 30 seconds. Like, how many is he going to be able to get in 30 the most? 24? Four homers? Oh, he's got a minute, not 30 seconds. So with a minute, what are we talking? 24 to 26? That's crazy that Randy actually might win it. But again, he looked like the strongest competitor before we started. I thought like that guy looked like he would have the best shot out of the four. And on the right hand side, it looked like Mookie would probably bust. He did. And obviously thought Julio or Pete Alonso had a great chance to get it. But again, if you give everything you got in one round and have a average second round, that could be the end of you. And that's what's happened. So shows you how hard it is to be able to not get tired in this event. So, and maybe a reason why numbers were different back in the day because everyone was on fucking roids, so they had fucking more energy, and these guys are going for bigger numbers and more rounds, because obviously they were on roids minus Griffey. So best case scenario for Vlad would be what 28 to 30. Like if he just goes off and just goes bang, 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 and hits like seven in a row, you know what I mean? Then you could probably I don't know how much time would be left after 7 pitches though, but I would say probably the maximum would be probably 28, 8 homers. But we're probably looking, if he does bad, maybe 2 or 3. Does pretty good, 4 to 6, and then does exceptional, 7 to 10. But I don't think he's got enough time to hit 10 homers. He's getting tired. There's the pull. Like I said, in this ballpark, you don't want to go to center. You want to go to left field. So if you're going straight on, you're screwed. And a lot of these guys, it just depends on the pitch. But if you pitch people inside and then you pull the ball to left field, that's where you're going to get your homers as a right-handed hitter. And then obviously, if it was Griffey, it was obviously opposite. Left-hander going into obviously the opposite field or the same. So right-hander to left field, left-hander to right field. It's not like he's going to go opposite field, righty, and right. $25. Randy can win this. You know what I mean? And this is me not being a hater. This is me just being straight up. Like 25 is doable. But you probably want to make sure you get your bonus too. So I mean, that is doable. The number's not so overwhelming like Alonso looking up at a 41, knowing that he's not going to beat it. You know. I guess that's what happens though when you end up being one of the best teams in baseball, right? Your guys show out. Braves, Rays, Rangers. Even though the Rangers have lost 11 out of 16, and I love that. There you go. See, we root for people here, Bucks, Rays, Bolts. Oh yeah, I definitely think there's gonna. But I think at this point, knowing that Julio's not in it, and you don't have to get 35 or 40. I mean, as long as he doesn't press, he should win. Like, I mean, that's a doable number. And if he loses, he's gonna have more than 20. Like, he's not good. You know what I mean? But it's all about getting in a rhythm, and also we have to see how tired he is. And it's not like he had to exert himself really in round 1 or round 2. So he should have plenty of energy to be able to either win it, or if he loses, it's not going to be by a lot. It'll probably only be by a few if he loses. So, but I definitely think it's attainable. 25 is doable, especially if you get that minute bonus. So, you wanted Randy to win, but that's okay. And then there'll be like an overtime, period of like 1 minute, and then they'll go that route, something of that nature. But this ain't going to overtime. You'll probably end up winning it here as long as he's not gassed. Should be able to win. But we'll see. Obviously, right out of the gates, if he comes out super slow or if he has momentum on his side. So we'll find out. Only 750,000. Only 750,000. Hell, I'd be happy with $7.50. Shit, 750,000. It's crazy how much athletes get paid. I'm out here grinding my ass away, fucking 7 days a week. Beautiful weather in Seattle, Elliott Bay, baby. All right, Randy, time to get electric, dude. I don't think anyone saw this final, but sometimes you can't get what you want, and let's finish strong here. Wow, 23 is the record in the final round. So it shows you when guys get gassed. Wow. So if Randy wins, it'll be like history being made. Wow. And he hasn't swung in 47 minutes too. So that's crazy that the last championship round, no one's gotten more than 23. But again, we've had certain people get 30s and 40s, but they get gassed. They have nothing left. So I hope Randy doesn't end up, getting like a 16 or something. You know, Randy's going to put on the cowboy boots. Oh, right there. I was going to say, there's no way he's putting those on. Yep, absolutely. We could have history made here tonight. All right, Randy, let's go, dude. Let's do this. Let's win this. Get this championship. Maybe this will give the Rays more momentum, like they need any. They're already one of the best teams. Ooh, that was a horrible swing. Randy, come on. Three grounders. He's tired. Randy, four grounders. This is not good. Five grounders. Oh, that's a decent. Come on, Randy. He's got to get into a rhythm. Get out of those ground balls. Rhythm. Hit the rhythm, baby. Come on, Randy. So Vlad has the record then for the most in the championship round now, 25. It was previously 23. So if Randy does it, history's been made. And then with Julio, Vlad, and then maybe Randy here, if he can just get to 26 somehow, he looks really tired. But he's got a chance though. 9. Yeah, even though he's tired, he's at a great spot. You're sitting at 9. You got a minute one left, and then you'll still have the bonus. So, King Griffey Jr. and it's sitting next to Julio. Oh my gosh, I'm in heaven right now. My guy, look how young Griffey looks. My boy, what's good, bro? You look just like you do on TV. My guy, Julio and Griffey. Yeah, the odds are against him, but I mean, he could definitely do it. But we'll see here. Yeah, he always has been. Marshawn does things Marshawn's way. Go, baby, go, Randy, go, Randy. No grounders. Come on, baby. We got to get to like 3 or 4 in a row. Come on, Randy. 40 seconds. Yep. Go, Randy. You, you got a skittle at the parade? Nice. Oh, he's not going to do it unless he gets the bonus. Just short. Just short. I mean, does he have the 30 seconds? How much does he have left? He's at 21. Or does he have 30 seconds or a minute? 30 seconds to get 5. Oh, maybe a tie? and maybe we go 25, maybe he hits four, and then we get a tie and we have a home run off. Five is too many, but four might be doable in 30 seconds. At least he's in range. Let's go, Randy. Damn, just imagine if he didn't do like grounders for the first five. How much better of a spot he'd be in right now. He'd be sitting at like 23, and he'd be like, I got this. Three? I got it. You know? I mean, does he have it in him? But like I said, even if he doesn't, still, good performance here because, like I said, they said what the high was 23 in the final. Now Vlad's got it 25. But again, if Vlad wins it all, it's just like you're just doing good enough against each person. So then it just comes down to luck on hoping that you get a shitty person every round or someone that doesn't do good and then you win it. Instead of like probably rewarding the person that gets the most. That would be right? If we can get a tie and go to extras, that would be phenomenal. Of course, if he ends up winning it all, the crowd will go crazy. Well, not crazy because it's not Julio, but we'll go crazy to a certain degree. All right, 30 seconds. All right, come on, Randy. Come on, Randy. Come on, Randy. 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 Come on. Come on, Randy. He can get it. He can get it. He can get it. He can get it. Oh, oh, he's running out of time. Oh, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. Damn it. Oh, Vlad wins. Vlad won. Wow. And Vlad hangs on. But is like now since we've seen it, right? It's like, okay, you got the championship, but you didn't even have an electric round. I get it. Congratulations. You won, right? But you didn't do anything memorable from any round. I mean, the home run derby should be about memories and how many home runs he hit instead of having three rounds that no one will ever remember. You know what I mean? Congratulations and all. But I mean, to win with not having one memorable round, but I still got to give him love. Congratulations, Vlad Jr. Now you and your dad can hold that trophy. Get the chain, baby. It was a good final though. At least it was very close. Vlad is like, I can't believe I hung on and won. Yeah, I think Julio will get one soon. Yones Cespedes. That's a name. Holy cow. Cespedes. Man, Cespedes could homer back in that time, remember? Congratulations, Vlad Jr. Yeah, we will see, and then hopefully that there's nobody that's going to have injuries, based off this derby or in the All Star game. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch the stats too. Based off the participants, and see if there's any correlation there. I know Julio got hurt after he had his amazing performance, and that hurt us a little bit, but we were still able to rebound. I mean, the big part was the fight with the Angels. So but that was an entertaining. I mean, we got a big moment out of Julio, big moment from Adley Rushman. When he went to 30 seconds and went right-handed and went 7 for 8 with homers. So we had some moments. And like I said, sometimes getting the most doesn't get you the crown. You get eliminated. At some point or another. Or you get to the championship. And sometimes you'll win them, and sometimes you'll get a little bit lucky, and sometimes you'll get it done and have that skill. So congratulations, 2023 MLB Home Run Derby champion, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Man, like that, huh? All right, we got All Star Game tomorrow at 5, so we'll end up doing that. And like I said, any last minute requests for anything that you guys want to see, and then we'll probably just wrap it up. And then I'll go for another walk with the dog, or maybe get on some shows and whatnot, and do a little reading, or maybe some film study and whatnot. So you guys let me know if there's anything else that you want to be able to see here. If not, we can kind of just wrap it up. We had a good turnout. We got good dono participation. And like I said, sometimes, you don't know what's going to happen. And it was just nice to be able to see Vlad get that championship. Would have really loved it if it was going to have been against Julio. But again, maybe next year or the year after. We'll see where it goes. But I appreciate you guys very, very much for all the people that commented, liked, shared, donated. Thank you so much. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And again, All-Star Game tomorrow, Fox, 5 o'clock. We're going to do this here again. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed the 2023 Home Run Derby. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.